Welcome back to another XFL team preview video. In this episode, we'll be talking about the St. Louis Battlehawks. Before we get into this, take a look at my other XFL team preview videos. I'll leave a link in the upper right hand corner. Follow me on Twitter at JRO'Brien_28 and check out our podcast on Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, and on the website embracethegrind.org, where you talk about XFL content, NFL content, and college football content. Leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you like what you see today. The head coach of the St. Louis Battlehawks will be Jonathan Hayes. Hayes played in the NFL from 1985 to 1996, playing for both the Chiefs and the Steelers. He had 153 receptions for 1,718 yards and 13 touchdowns in his career. He would then go on and become the special teams and tight end coach for Oklahoma from 1999 to 2002. He would then be hired by the Cincinnati Bengals to be their tight end coach from 2003 to 2018. Some key names he worked with are Tyler Eifert and Jermaine Gresham. He coached the East-West Shrine game in 2018, and his son Jackson Hayes was just drafted by the New Orleans Pelicans. The expected starter for the Battlehawks is Jordan Ta'amu. Ta'amu would play 2 seasons at the New Mexico Military Institute before signing with Ole Miss. While Ole Miss, Ta'amu would throw for 5,600 yards, 30 touchdowns, and 12 interceptions, while completing 64.5% of his passes. His senior year, he would throw for 3,918 yards, 19 touchdowns, and 8 interceptions, while completing 63.6% of his passes. He would go undrafted in the 2019 NFL Draft and would be signed by the Houston Texans. The Texans would then release him before the regular season. The Blackhawks will have Kristen Michaels as running back. Michaels played at Texas A&M from 2009 to 2012, rushing for 2,791 yards, 34 touchdowns on 529 attempts. Michaels would be drafted in the second round of the 2013 NFL Draft by the Seahawks. Michaels would spend time with the Cowboys, Redskins, Seahawks again, Packers, and Colts. While in the NFL, Michaels would rush for 1,080 yards and 7 touchdowns on 254 attempts in 37 games on 9 starts. Michaels should be splitting carries with former Florida running back Matt Jones. Jones rushed for 1,434 yards and 11 touchdowns on 296 attempts while at Florida. Jones would be selected by the Redskins 95th overall in the 2015 NFL Draft. Jones would rush for 964 yards and 6 touchdowns on 248 attempts in the NFL from 2015 to 2017. The Blackhawks will have DeMornay Pearson L playing wide receiver. Pearson L played wide receiver at Nebraska. In Lawton, Nebraska, he had 874 yards and 11 touchdowns with 69 receptions. In 2017, during his senior year, he would have 623 yards, 5 touchdowns with 45 receptions. He would go undrafted in the 2018 NFL Draft and would sign with the Redskins. After a month, Pearson L was cut and would sign with the CFL. Pearson L would go on to play for the Salt Lake Stallions of the AAF, having 36 catches, resulting in 414 yards and 1 touchdown before the league folded. Another wide receiver on the Blackhawks roster is LaDainian Washington, who played football at Missouri. While at Missouri, he would have 100 receptions for 1,735 yards and 15 touchdowns. During his senior year, Washington would have 50 receptions for 893 yards and 10 touchdowns in 2013. Washington would go undrafted in the 2014 NFL Draft, and he would jump between the Cowboys, 49ers, Giants, Browns, Dolphins, Steelers, Chiefs, as well as 2 CFL teams, the Edmonton Eskimos and the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. He would sign with the Birmingham Iron, where he would have 15 receptions for 250 yards and 2 touchdowns before the league folded. The Battlehawks will also have a big-name punter on their roster. Yes, I did say punter. I'm a specialist in my background. I'll share my story later on as the channel grows. But the punter for the St. Louis Battlehawks is Marquette King. King would attend Fort Valley State University, a D2 program in the SEAC Conference. King was originally recruited as a wide receiver and could not get any playing time. When King was a junior, his new coach found out he could punt and threatened to revoke his scholarship if he did not become the full-time punter. King would follow his coach's instructions, but decided he was going to make the position fun. He would be named First Team All-SEAC in 2011 and compete in the first annual NFLPA Collegiate Bowl in 2012. King would go undrafted in the 2012 NFL Draft and would sign with the Oakland Raiders. King would lead the league in punting yards in 2014. King would be released by the Raiders in 2018 and then sign a 3-year contract with the Broncos. King would get hurt that October and would be released by the Broncos. King would gain popularity with his fun punt celebrations in his career and is one of my favorite punters personally. King has a close relationship with YouTuber Destroying and runs his own YouTube channel now. St. Louis will open up their season against the Dallas Renegades at 5 p.m. Eastern on ESPN February 9th.